got to.
Oh my God.
I decided not to show aggression towards my dad.
So this is like the most entertained I've been watching wrestling ever.
Yeah!
Back in 2018, it was so bad. Like, you had Dean Ambrose wearing gas masks, you had Roman Reigns eating dog food. Just absolutely trash. Impossible to watch. But now it's super entertaining. Every pay-per-view, instead of leaving with frustration, you're just leaving in excitement. And that's being reflected in the WWE's bottom line as well. Like, ticket sales are up 20%, viewership is up from last year, record-breaking sales, profit, attendance, merch sales, like everything is just going up for them right now. So I just wanted to take a look at why I think the WWE is doing really well right now. Okay, the first thing we gotta talk about is good storylines, good storytelling. And the first thing you gotta mention when it comes to that is the bloodline. And this whole thing with the Usos, Roman Reigns, Sami Zayn for a bit, and Paul Heyman has just been like super entertaining to watch. I didn't really watch during the Thunderdome era, but Roman Reigns had a much needed...
That's not who I am. That's who I was forced to be.
I feel like he's so good in this role, man, and it's wild to think that, you know, the same guy who's cutting suffering succotash promos is the same guy who's doing the Tribal Chief stuff right now. You know, Solo Sikoa debuting at Clash at the Castle, to the whole Usi segment, you know, Jimmy turning on Roman Reigns and then Sami turning on Roman. Like, there's just been so many really good moments with this Bloodline storyline, and I feel like that's probably the number one reason that WWE is doing really well right now. But obviously, the Bloodline storyline isn't the only thing which they've had going on. You also had Bray Wyatt's return, that whole thing with the bunny and them playing White Rabbit in arenas during dark matches. The lead up to that was just so exciting, and his debut and everything. Leading into the feud with LA Knight was really good. The pitch black match, we don't talk about the pitch black match.
No. Wrong. We're not talking about that right now. Not talking about pitch black. Not talking about Bray Wyatt. That's done. It's in the past. We're looking forward. We're looking forward to the future.
But yeah, you also had Drew's Clash at the Castle run. That was a really good storyline in my opinion. Mysterio's storyline with Dominic Mysterio turning heel. The storytelling has just been so much better compared to years before. Like, right now, it's leagues better.
I'm interested.
I feel like it's been a very long time since the W has had this many stars who are over at all at the same time. Like, they have a large amount of people on the roster which the audience cares about, and that hasn't been the case for such a long time. And yeah, it's just a testament to how good creative has been over this stretch. People like Johnny Gargano aren't getting TV time just because of how stacked the roster is. And legends can leave without it feeling like a big hit. Like, Edge left for a few months and you don't really feel it because someone else was injured during that time and they came back. So, you know, they have a nice roster so they can cycle people in and out and it doesn't feel too dramatic. You know, they can afford to have Roman Reigns missing a month and then come back for 1 week and then leave because of the roster they have.
You're lying.
And then that's another point. Like, they've had a decent amount of main roster call-ups, you know. Before, when people used to get called up to the roster, they felt very directionless. Just felt like they'll do nothing for a couple of months, and, you know, everyone would wonder, like, what are they doing?
Before you went out there tonight, I wanted to show you something. Well, what is it? That's Cleopatra's egg.
And international pay-per-views have been really good as well. Like, it's just an unmatched amount of hype compared to US crowds. You know, like Money in the Bank, which happened like 2 weeks ago, the energy of that just couldn't be matched by any US crowd ever because it was just insane.
If you ain't heard, you ain't listening hard enough. London, tell them whose game this is.
Clash at the Castle last year, Backlash in Puerto Rico. Like the energy in those arenas for the entrances and everything, just it's so beautiful to watch, man, because everyone's excited about everything, and when they're excited, it makes you excited, and just it makes the show a lot more enjoyable. And speaking of entrances, I feel like themes have gotten a lot better recently. Death Revel, they've been getting a lot of flack recently because just compared to Jim Johnston and CFOs, they're not really like on the same level, but like they've released a lot of good themes as well. And it's just added to the general hype of the show because that person's music hits, you get hyped, you start singing their song and everything. So yeah, Death Revel is definitely killing it right now. They're doing a lot better than they were 2 years ago.
Holy God, we need some help out.
Yeah, and another thing is celebrity involvement with Logan Paul and Bad Bunny. Like these guys have been killing it every time they're in the ring.
Oh my God.
I think the celebrity involvement has definitely been a good thing for WWE, especially when the celebrities are this talented and this devoted to it. It adds to the general hype of an event as well. So Triple H has been doing a better job of managing the roster. But one thing he hasn't done well is booking women's storylines, man. I feel like the only decent program we've gotten with women's wrestlers is Rhea Ripley and Charlotte was really good. Okay, the matches are different because we get good matches regardless, but like in terms of stories, man, it's not near as good as what the men get in terms of storylines, man. They need to step it up for sure.
This bullshit needs to stop now.
The only decent story you've gotten so far is Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch. Besides that, not really a huge amount of storytelling.
What is going on?
Raw and SmackDown still aren't perfect. They could still have a lot of room for improvement, but it's just so much better than what we had in 2019, man. So they have a few things to iron over and get better at, but in general, it's just been miles better than what we used to get.
We have a lot of room for improvement, and we have some things to fix, and we're going to get there. I'm optimistic. I'm always optimistic. We got to have faith. We got to keep putting in the work, and I do believe we're going to get there. We'll get there.
But yeah, man, it's exciting. It's an exciting time to be a WWE fan. I'm happy that the product is back to being good. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. What do you think is the biggest reason that the WWE feels so refreshing right now?